We don't always know where developers get their ideas for Easter eggs they hide in video games, but the majority of the time they usually reference things that are happening or have happened in the real world. They reference games and movies. The secret is related to some sort of crazy office joke or something we would truly never understand. And sometimes they'll get their ideas from people who write to developers asking for their own Easter eggs and tributes. And while some are granted and have been successful, others have tended to majorly backfire and fail for other reasons. And today we're going to check out 4 examples of all of the above and what happened next. James Davenport is the former editor of PCGamer.com, who in mid-2017 wrote an open letter to Ubisoft asking the developers to include his dad Joe in Far Cry 5. He was a born and bred Montana mountain man, and since the setting of the game was to be set in Big Sky Country, James thought he would fit right in and help bring some authenticity to the area. James wrote multiple paragraphs about his father, telling his stories, detailing his love of fly fishing and beer, and giving arguments why he should be in the game and what characters he could possibly play. It is a really nice piece about his dad, even if it didn't work out. But a few people got behind the idea and a petition was even started, and even the developers caught wind of it and started calling James the dad guy. And it was in a build in late 2017 that James discovered a farm located to the southwest of the map that had been named the Davenport Farm in honour of his father. But while it appears James got his wish to some extent, it also appears that the Easter egg has also backfired on him. As to the west of the main barn, you can find a note and a confession of Farmer Davenport's son, which would be James in this case, and a note that reads the following. It is a well-known fact that bovines are the most erotic animal on God's green earth. Sometimes I sneak out here so I can watch the bulls have sex with the cows. Please don't tell my father. And as James put it, he reasonably assumes that Ubisoft just called him a cow fucker. Back in 2016, a couple were really into playing Dying Light together, and the boyfriend wanted to pop the question to the love of his life and was thinking it would be a great idea to do it in a video game. And with that, he wrote to Techland, developers of Dying Light, asking if this would be possible, and to his amazement, they said yes, and even granted him the ability to write the quest and specifically tailor it for his girlfriend. And this is that quest. As in Dying Light the following, if you head to the far south of the map and check out this warehouse, you must first open up this chest, then head to a small island to the west where the first 4 notes can be found. Each telling the story of a man who is hoping the love of his life will return to him safe and sound after she went in search of an owl and then went missing. However, over the course of the 4 notes, we soon learn that the boyfriend became infected and that he never ends up finding his girlfriend, but hopes she will at least discover his final note, as he has left a special gift for her resting at the top of the dam.
Hannah, will you marry me, please?
Just a little over 4 years ago, on the 10th of October 2018, over on Reddit, user The Chrono Shadow posted an incredibly touching message, and it was directed at Toys for Bob, the developers behind the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which was releasing in less than a month's time. And here is some of that message. I was born in 1997, and in about 2001 my mum got me Spyro 3, The Year of the Dragon. It was the first video game I've ever played, and Spyro 1 and 2 followed swiftly after. I was really excited when Reignited was announced, and my mum was really excited to watch and play it with me. She'd always call it the original basket-breaking game in our language, Punjabi. I would play it several times through my childhood, and she would always acknowledge and recognise that all these years later, I'm still playing that first game she got me. Though in 2018, he was diagnosed with cancer, a very curable cancer, and was receiving treatment and just about to have an operation to have it removed. But he also mentions that while his mum had been with him every step of the way throughout his cancer treatment, she too had been diagnosed with cancer herself in 2014. Metastatic breast cancer, an uncurable cancer, and she was given just 5 years to live. And sadly, in late September, she had been hospitalised. And that's where his request comes in, as he was asking for his mum to be immortalised as an Easter egg in a Spyro game, a game that she bought him, shared great memories with him, and bonded over together. And the great Toys for Bob heard about this and indeed carried out the request, as once he reached the midday garden in Spyro The Year of the Dragon, immediately you can discover 4 paintings on the wall, and all of which are sporting the name of Parvinder, the name of his mum. The final Easter egg came about after Tyler, aka Top Notch 1210, tweeted at several people, including Insomniac Games, on the 10th of May 2018. I need your help. This may be selfish, but I'm ready to propose to my girlfriend and want to do it in a big way. Is there any way you can put an Easter egg of Madison Will You Marry Me anywhere in the game? And on the same day, Insomniac Games struck up this conversation. And with that done and dusted, the game launched on time, and there it was. Tyler's romantic message lurking in the financial district and decorated on a theatre billboard as clear as day. Maddie said yes, and they lived happily ever after. Right? Unfortunately, this wasn't to be the case, as on the 10th of September, Tyler made a YouTube video saying that this might go down now as the saddest Easter egg ever, and told us that his girlfriend had broken up with him 3 or 4 weeks ago and said that she had left him for his brother. But since there are 2 sides to every story, Maddie actually gave her version of events to several articles, including the Houston Press, detailing that while their relationship was great for a long time, their relationship also had many ups and downs, struggles, arguments, and felt it was a mother and son relationship. Our relationship had issues, both mentally and physically. He never understood me, unfortunately. Maddie also stated that while she had grown close to his half-brother after Tyler sent him to check up on her after they broke up, Maddie said that she is not now, nor had she ever dated Schultz's half-brother, nor had she ever been unfaithful to him.